Hi, everybody. Fire away.
Chris, you had a busy few weeks there. I mean, I know you're deeply involved in the contracts and the salary cap, so getting Trey and George both done, how important was it to get those addressed, just to know kind of what pieces you have in place for the future?
Sure, we were very excited to be able to get both of those contracts done. And, zooming out to the big picture, one of the core operating principles we have that Veach has adopted as the general manager here and goes all the way up to ownership is that we want to draft well and retain our own players to the maximum extent possible that's feasible within our constraints, and we were very happy to get both of those guys done as important starters on both offense and defense.
How much progress do you think has been made with you guys trying to retain maybe Trey before the start of the regular season?
Sure. Well, it's a great question, and I don't think it's appropriate for me in my position to comment on any specific prospective business with any one particular player. But I'll go back to the big picture, zoom out. Brett has done a really good job of drafting players with support from the coaching staff and all of us and all the scouts and support staff. Retaining players that we've drafted and have become core players for us is really important.
Just considering contracts are done, what's coming up, Trent, potentially Pat's number next year, is how important is long-term planning? How many years down the line are you looking at things we have to do?
Sure. Well, it is really important. So we always try to keep a 3-year glimpse into the future as to how all different moving parts affect our available resources, so that as we have individual transactions with a player or a negotiation with an individual player and agent, those have to fit into the bigger picture. And we're trying to manage our resources, be that draft picks, money, both cash and cap money, to best sustain our championship roster. And it's not always easy, but having that 3-year perspective, and sometimes it's really a 2-year perspective because 3 years in can be a blank canvas, is very important to our decisions.
Just this last year, you guys seemed like we're a little bit surprised by the number of the salary cap, pleasantly surprised, I think, by where that number was. I mean, when you do those 2-year windows or occasionally 3-year windows, I mean, how do you factor that aspect in, considering there's a pretty big unknown?
It is an educated guesstimate based on a lot of factors, but generally I think teams tend to be a little bit conservative with projecting the cap, so they make sure they don't get themselves into any dangerous waters. If the cap comes in a little bit higher than we think, then that's a pleasant problem to have. It's sort of found money, for lack of a better term, but we work through historical trends and how we see things moving in the future to try to give us a conservative but fair number to work with.
Last one, anybody?
Yeah, the whole, there was a little bit of a hubbub this year with all the second round picks and wanting to guaranteed money and all that. I mean, how often do you get, is that something you knew was going to be going on around the league, or is that a little bit of a curveball? And how often do you kind of get those curveballs in your business?
Well, it was a little bit of both. So the second round had guarantees being negotiated in it for a number of years. Just the timing and where those guarantees were landing in the round was a little different. I think it wasn't something that was completely out of left field. The fact that it became noticed by folks generally was a little unusual because we are normally working on those rookie contracts without a whole lot of fanfare to the actual, details of it. But it just took a little bit more time, but we were fortunate that we were able to get it done with Omar before camp started. And moving forward, I think there'll still be negotiation in the second round, and who knows, maybe it'll be a cause célèbre moving forward too.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Last one.
Oh, just go ahead.
There've been, it's been a long time since the CBA to kind of eliminate those problems.
Sure.
Back in the day, it got ugly a lot. Is there something that you guys as an organization would like to see to keep that from kind of coming back up?
So
It's fair for both sides, I guess.
yeah, look, the collective bargaining agreement should operate fairly for both sides. In terms of my specific role, those collective bargaining discussions about what we'd like to see and not like to see from my role, that really ends up being an ownership and union level discussion. The having grown up in the league under previous structures, the negotiations for rookie picks now is certainly less lengthy, and there are fewer moving parts, but there's still negotiation going on, and we still have to work with the agents. But we'll work with whatever system we're told to. So we're good.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris.